Hey folks, Jake from Podcasty For Me here. This is a preview of a bonus episode from our Patreon feed, Paid Costly For Me. If you like this and you want to hear more, you can head on over to patreon.com/podcastyforme, where for $5 a month, you can get a new bonus episode every other week. That's patreon.com/podcastyforme. Enjoy! So there's all these questions that the film is raising. There's this idea of like love as a scarce resource, and then of course the lesson that's learned is that there is an abundance of love and attention if we only share with one another, which is the kind of very frustrating way that we teach children that socialism is correct, but not in so many words.
Right.
And then you have to become a boss baby, actually, and start hitting everyone with your cell phone and demanding spicy tuna.
Yeah.
That's another thing is, like, bosses liking sushi is a joke from, like, 1995.
Well, again, but I think the makers of the film are just, like, reveling in some of those things. I mean, the film references... But revel in the more is what I'm saying, you know? Like... I mean, yeah, and look, I would say that some of the things that are sort of, like, out of context interesting to me, the baby, when he sort of, like, gets what he originally wanted and is sitting in this sort of, like, impossibly high, empty, echoey office and, like, drops a crayon onto this, like, celestial sea suite. I found that weirdly kind of effective. Like, there's, like, just, like, the Foley work on it was really good, of, like, crayon on glass or something falling from a great height. And that stuff I was sort of like, well, this is, like, interesting just as a whatever, like, sequence. But yeah, I don't know, Chris. I guess I do want to pick your brain as a filmmaker, somebody who's made coherent cinema, but also maybe somebody who enjoys, like, we talked about this when you were on for our Kafka episode, and I was thinking about, wow, sorry for making you watch, like, it's making a step down from Kafka.
It was his idea. Again, it was his idea.
Both were my ideas, yeah.
Yeah,
but thank you.
Do you think, like, when you are making these films, obviously your films are pretty unique in their production process, but how much are you thinking about, like, the higher order, like the function of this as an entire piece versus sequences?
Right.
Is that something, like, at what stage do you focus on those things more? Like, are you coming with a general overall idea, then it's kind of into the individual pieces, or what does that look like for you?
Oh, yeah. It depends what it's really calling for. You know, if you're doing a thing based on somebody else, where it's like, okay, we're gonna do this movie together. It's going to be part of your life, part of my life, and then we're going to structure a story around it. Then we're coming in with those things first, and then I'll have ideas for scenes, you know, that either are pretty recent or have gone back years at some points. But then sometimes if you're doing something more conceptual, where it's like, where you need to build a world, such as with rules and shit, which is pretty difficult. Which is why it kind of grinds my gears a little bit when it's just like, wait, so this kid's walking around with a briefcase and nobody, like, he's interacting with a briefcase.
Right. There's
see that.
There's like an early kind of, I'm going to catch this baby talking and prove to the adults that he's talking. And there's a kind of a bunch of hijinks involved in the difficulty of proving that, but that sort of goes away.
Well, I mean, like, and if we're talking about this film in, like, a Brandon Sanderson, like, world-breaking thing, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but, like,
well, they invite the world. They don't.
I was gonna say it is also weird that, because then he brings up the briefcase thing to his parents, and then you start to wonder, like, is this still in Tim's head? Because now they're saying that they see the briefcase and they just think it's cute. So. Sorry, yeah. Chris, you were talking about, like, building a conceptual thing.
Is his mom lactating?
Okay. I don't know.
What happened to her? Want to hear the rest of the episode? Go to patreon.com/podcastyforme and sign up for just $5 a month. We're sorry we do this.